Hi and welcome back to another catch up with me video, you guys. I am super excited about today's video. I know I say that all the time, but guess what? I can say it if I want to. Now, before I jump in, I just want you to know that today's video is brought to you by KFC. As you can see, I'm having my sweet tea and it is good. So, let's jump in with this week's planner layout. And I decided to go with this fitness theme since I am back in the gym and working at it. You know, I fall short sometimes, but this is my layout for the week. And I decided to use mostly the stickers from the Fitness Don't Give Up sticker book. And this is what the cover of it looks like here. And I used a few from the Wellness book. And this is what it looks like right here. And I said I was going to start making sure I show you guys the sticker books in case you wanted to go and buy them. So I wanted to talk about something that is really concerning to me. And I saw, and I've been seeing these videos, let me just say this, for the last couple of weeks, but apparently Lake Mead has declined to its lowest level since the reservoir was filled in the 1930s following the construction of the Hoover Dam, marking a new milestone for the water-starved Colorado River in a downward spiral that shows no sign of letting up. So the reservoir near Las Vegas holds water for cities, farms, and tribal lands in Arizona, Nevada, California, and Mexico. Years of unrelenting drought and temperatures pushed higher by climate change are shrinking the flow between the lake, contributing to the large mismatch between the demands for water and the Colorado's diminishing supply. And you know, it's interesting that as I was preparing for this video, or let me say this, as I was watching the videos on YouTube, I was thinking, well, what is causing this? Well, now we know it is because of years of drought and temperatures being pushed higher by climate change. It's so funny because my sister and I were just talking about that yesterday, and she was saying that she thinks some of this probably has to do with climate change, and sure enough it does. So the lake's rapid decline has been outpacing projections from just a few months ago. Its surface reached a new low Wednesday night, and this was last Wednesday, Wednesday before last, when it dipped past the elevation of 1,071.6 feet, which is a record set in 2016. But unlike that year, when inflows helped push the lake levels back up, the watershed is now so parched and depleted that Mead is projected to continue dropping next year and into 2023. Lake Mead, the largest reservoir in the country, now stands at just 36% of full capacity. So as of June the 9th, oh, I'm sorry. Let me backtrack because I'm running my notes together. So that really does have me concerned. Not that any of this affects me, because as I shared with you all, it's affecting Arizona, Nevada, California, and Mexico. So none of this is affecting me, but it is concerning nonetheless. So I just want to ask that if you are a praying individual, that you will pray for this whole situation, and that has been in my prayers, that God will, reach down and send on the water that they need, because this is critical. In fact, one video I looked at, they were talking about how the mayor's going to have to declare a state of emergency just because the water, like I said, is shrinking. And that means they're going to have to change how you know how you and I take for granted just watering our lawns? Well, they're not going to be able to do that. And that's going to cause other problems. And you may have to not wash your car as often. And maybe you can't take as long a showers as you like to take, or nice, relaxing, hot bubble baths. It's going to affect a whole lot of stuff. So I would just ask that you all, just pray for this whole situation, that, things will change, and change rather quickly. So as of June the 9th, you guys, which was last Wednesday, I hit and exceeded my goal, which was to get 1,000 videos done. And actually, let me say this, I thought I was going to be able to do that at the end of last year, but that didn't happen. So I said, well, you know what? I'm not going to rush it. I'm almost there, because if I'm not mistaken, I ended 2020 with like 950 videos. And so I just kind of forgot all about it until last Wednesday. Someone told me to go in, and I started going through my playlist, and I counted up all the videos I had. I thought, oh my goodness. So I exceeded my goal, which was to get, like I said, 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. And so as of last Wednesday, so that's not including this video and any videos that you'll see this week, of course, going forward, but I now have 1,004 videos, and I am so thankful. First of all, let me just say thank you to each and every one of you, because for those of you that support my channel and you watch my videos and you get something from it, because hopefully you do, I thank each and every one of you, because I honestly, when I say I can't do what I do without you all, please know that I truly, truly, truly mean that, because I really cannot do what I do without each and every one of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And all I can say is the best is yet to come. Next, please be sure to check out my podcast. And you know, it dawned on me, Michelle, are you telling these folks to watch your podcast? I mean, I do make mention that I put out a podcast. I'll say, oh, make sure you check out my podcast that I put out on the previous Saturday. But I thought, I don't know if I am really, really pushing the whole check out my podcast to you guys. So I said, hey, let me, make sure I do that today. So please make sure that you all are checking out my podcast. I put out a new podcast every Saturday. Now, there have been a couple times that, my day got away from me and I forgot to publish it, so I had to do it on Sunday. But for the most part, it is every Saturday that I am putting out a podcast. My podcast is called Elevator Talk with Michelle, because that's me. And I'll be sure to put the link in here for my podcast, and I would truly, truly appreciate it if you all could go check out my podcast, but also subscribe, okay? Because that would truly make me happy. And yeah, so if you all can do that, I truly would appreciate it. But again, thank you so much to those of you. Not like I said, you all are just amazing, and it's so awesome when I get emails or inbox messages from people saying, Michelle, I watched your video on whatever the subject may be, and you have no idea how much it blessed me. Thank you so much for all that you do. I truly appreciate you. That makes me feel good inside, because what I do is not about me. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times when I can do a video, and that video is intended to bless one of you all, but in turn it blesses me as well. So I'm appreciative to all of you that let me know how much what I do, works for you and just helps you with your day-to-day life. But again, please be sure to check out my podcast, because I use that platform to motivate as well. So let me just talk about some projects that I'm working on. So I am working on a 2022 total body wellness retreat. The location is to be determined. More than likely, though, it will be somewhere in the DMV area, because this will be my first one, and I want to actually make this an annual thing. So I don't want to jump out there right away. I want to, for next year, to just do one and have it, like I said, in the DMV area. But then after that, I would love to do it twice a year, one in the spring and then one in the fall as well. So just be on the lookout for that. And y'all, let me tell you something. I have already started working on my Christmas in July video series, okay? This sister right here is so happy. I'm so happy I could just come unglued from my seat, y'all. But anyway, yes, I have started working on my topics. I already know what I'm going to talk about. I'm working on putting together my notes. Some of them I've already completed, because I think I'm only going to do one a week. And so I only need to come up with 4 videos, maybe 5, but I think 4. So y'all, when I tell you that I'm excited, I cannot wait to share them with you. Can I just tell y'all that? I cannot wait to share them with you. Now, I thought about putting on a Christmas sweater. And then I thought, no, Michelle, that's not going to work. Because as it is, I have my ceiling fan going, because I'm doing this video and I have these hot lights blaring down on me. Y'all can't see the sweat that it's creating, and that's a good thing, because I don't want you to see that. So I said, there's no way in the world I can put on a Christmas sweater and sit here and try to record videos. It's just not gonna happen. So more than likely I will wear a red shirt and feel like I'm in the Christmas mood. And I've actually even started watching Christmas movies all over again between Netflix and YouTube. Don't judge me, because I don't judge you. I've also started working on, let me see. Oh, I just told you about that. I started working on my Christmas in July video series, and I'm super excited about it, and I hope you all enjoy it as well. And I wasn't sure if I said this often, but please, 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 please make sure you go, and I'll put the link in the description box, and schedule your 30-minute consultation with me. If there's something that you want to talk about, maybe you just want to get something off your chest and you just need somebody to listen to you, maybe you want to pick my brain about something, doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to put my link in the description box. Please make sure you click on it, schedule time to get on my calendar. And the reason why I had to do this is because a lot of times people will say, or shoot me a message and say, hey, Shell, do you have a minute where I can pick your brain? And I really have other things to do, but I'll put those things to the side to hear what they have to say. So this way, get on my calendar. That way, you know that you have 30 minutes of my time set aside just for you. Okay. Again, the link will be in the description box. Make sure you get on my calendar. Your scripture reference for the week is Job 10 and 12, and what I'm going to read to you comes from the NIV version, and this comes under the umbrella of kindness defined. So you gave me life, and you showed me kindness, and in your providence watched over my spirit. Kindness is an attribute that is so important that God listed it amongst the fruit of the Spirit, along with love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. But what does it really mean? True kindness is defined as being generous and considerate. It's a choice that we make every single day. We choose to be generous with our time, our talents, and with our money. We choose to consider others' feelings before our own. The Bible talks about kindness quite a lot. Even Job, in his misery, y'all listen to this, even Job, in his misery, recognized how generous and considerate the Lord was of him. When wave after wave after wave of heartbreak took over Job, he still saw God's kindness. Now let's just keep it real. You and I, in that same situation, would see nothing kind at all. Let's just keep it real. We would not have. But Job was a unique individual, and he could see that even though God allowed him to go through some stuff, he could still see God's kindness. Y'all, that's powerful right there. So your takeaway, are you choosing kindness in your day-to-day life? And I really need you to think. You don't have to share that with me, but I need you to think about that. Are you choosing kindness in your day-to-day life? Are you going beyond just being friendly and being generous? Look for ways to be considerate of others today and every day. Pray that God will open your eyes to the needs of others and show you ways to be compassionate. Your word for the week is compassion. And it's so interesting. It is so interesting how I came up with your scripture reference for the week and your word for the week at two different times. And at neither time did I really think about it until I was reviewing my notes right before this video. Anyway, compassion is a noun. It's sympathetic, pity, and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. So here's 10 ways to show compassion. Number 1, challenge yourself to smile more. Number 2, open the door for somebody else. Number 3, motivate others. And this is something that I do. This is the compassion that I share with each and every one of you each week when I do my motivational moments on Wednesdays and my podcast on Saturdays. Number 4, practice acts of kindness. Number 5, allocate time with your family and your friends. Number 6, say encouraging words. So, speak encouragement over other people. Number 7, share a hug or a handshake. Number 8, incorporate the words thank you in your daily routine. You would be surprised at how many people go through the day and never say thank you. But they're the same people that will get in their feelings if they do something and somebody else doesn't say thank you. Number 9, offer to help someone with their to-do list. And number 10, nurture relationships by taking time to listen to other people. Now, for yesterday's sermon, unfortunately, I do not have notes to share with you because I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. A sister was tired and I kind of overslept. So it is what it is. We'll get back on schedule next week. Now, let's talk about movies that I've watched last week. I watched a movie called Population 436, and it came out actually in 2006. It's a drama, horror, mystery. It's on Netflix, and this was the first time I'd ever heard of this movie, let alone seen it. So, a census taker is sent to investigate why a small town has had the same population 436 residents, i.e., the title 436, for the past 100 years. This movie stars David Ames, Lee Ennis, and Susan Kelso. Then I watched The Woman in the Window. This movie came out this year. It's a crime drama mystery. It is also on Netflix. So The Woman in the Window is a 2021 American psychological thriller film directed by Joe Wright from a screenplay by Tracy Letts based on the 2018 novel of the same name by author A.J. Finn. The movie follows an agoraphobic woman, and if you're not sure what agoraphobic means, it's an anxiety disorder characterized by symptoms of anxiety in situations where the person perceives their environment to be unsafe with no easy way to escape, who begins to spy on her new neighbors and is witness to a crime in their apartment. Y'all need to go see this movie. And this movie stars Anthony Mackie, Wyatt Russell, Brian Tyree Henry, and Jason Lee. And so this movie was phenomenal. Okay, I'm trying to tell you, go watch this movie. Actually, this movie as well as 436. Y'all need to go watch that. And now, but let me give you a little backstory just in case you weren't aware. So the film was originally scheduled to be released in the theaters by the 20th Century Studios in October of 2019, but it was delayed to May 2020 due to re-editing after poor test screenings. Its theatrical release was later canceled, of course, due to COVID-19 pandemic, and its rights were sold to Netflix, which released the film on May the 14th of this year. This movie is good. And then I watched Shutter Island, which came out in 2010. Now, I have heard of this movie, but I had never seen it before. It's a mystery thriller. It's on Netflix. Now, this movie is set in 1954. A U.S. Marshal investigates the disappearance of a murderer who escaped from a hospital for the criminally insane. And when I tell y'all that the ending will shock you, I need you to believe me, because it definitely will shock you. You just will not even see it coming. Y'all make sure you check this movie out. The movie stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Emily Mortimer, Ben Kingsley, Michelle Williams, Max von Sydow, and Mark Ruffalo, and the director of this movie is Martin Scorsese. I thought I'd throw that in. I also watched a movie called Collateral Beauty. This movie came out in 2016. It's a drama romance. It's on Netflix as well. And retreating from life after a tragedy, a man questions the universe by writing let me start over. Retreating from life after a tragedy, a man questions the universe by writing a letter to love, time, and death. Now, you have to watch the movie to understand how that comes about. But receiving unexpected answers, he begins to see how these things interlock and how even loss can reveal moments of meaning and beauty. And this movie stars Will Smith, Edward Norton, and Kate Winslet. Again, this is another movie that I really would encourage you to watch. Don't forget to check out my selfie store. I'll leave the link in the description box as always. And if you're interested in starting your own store, I do have a link that you can click on where you can get a $15 discount for setting up your account. If you have a product or a service that you would like for me to feature on my Catch Up With Me video or any of my social media platforms, please let me know. The cost is $49 for the month, but all your information has to be to me by the last week of the previous month so I have time to prepare and get all that stuff together. Please be sure to sign up for your membership at CLC University. You can get to the university from my website, or you can go to clcuniversity.com. And something else I was going to tell you. I know we have CLC. We have another challenge that's going to be coming up very soon. And as soon as I have that information, because actually, let me not say that. I have the information. I just neglected to put it in my notes. So next week, I will share that information with you. And I want to encourage you guys to please, 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 if you have not, it costs you nothing. Register for the challenges and come and be prepared to be blown away. If you are looking to take your business to the next level, or if you're looking to just become a better person in general, you need to be a part of these challenges. I'm telling you. And again, it costs you nothing. So what if you have to lose if you sign up and register for a class that's about an hour and 15, maybe hour and 30 minutes long? You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Now, be sure that you are wearing your masks when you are required to do so. Please do not give folks a hard time if they ask you to wear masks when you come into the establishment. I get it that, the world is opening back up, but if you go into certain businesses and they ask you to wear a mask, please do so. Do not fight with people. Do not give them a hard time. And if you just don't feel comfortable, wear your mask anyway. Social distancing yourself and being as careful as possible when you have to go out. Please continue to wash your hands. I cannot stress that enough. You need to continue to wash your hands. And if you cannot get to soap and water right away, I would encourage you to keep hand sanitizer with you at all times. You guys, that's all I have. I want to say thank you so much. If you're new to my channel, thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me just a little bit of your time to share with you what's going on in my world. Be sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and don't forget to tap the bell because I don't want you to miss anything that I have to talk about. And for those of you that join me week in and week out, thank you so much, because I could not do what I do without you all. And I want you to know that I truly, truly feel blessed to have you come and watch my videos. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You all know the drill. You know my spiel. I love each and every one of you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing at all. So you just have to deal with it, because I'm going to love you no matter what. But most importantly, you guys, I'm going to love you even when nobody else likes you. You can always count on God loving you, but you can count on me loving you as well, and you can take that to the bank, because that's real right there. Now, be the reason that someone feels welcome, seen, heard, valued, loved, and supported as you go about your day and you go about this week. Until next time, take care.